15.
15?
Yeah, that does not in any way make her my favorite. I just.
What?
All I is, and nothing feels better than this. Nothing feels better. Nothing feels better.
Hey guys, welcome back to Adenuga's vlog. If you are new here, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. And as you can see, we have a visitor here, my daddy.
Hello.
So let's get into the video. And as you can see by the title of the video, you know what we'll be doing. So let's get into the video. Okay, so first question. What time is it okay for me to tell you I have a boyfriend?
Is it time or age? Do you mean time or age?
Time, age.
Okay, well, for age, as far as I'm concerned, maybe like 15.
15?
Yeah, because at 15, I expect that a female should be well informed, well matured to take some, personal informed decisions. And I'm a early starter. I started dating your mom when I was 17. Yeah, so.
Okay. Okay, so someone asked that, is it okay to get piercings?
To get what?
Piercings.
For me, all those, little things, I call them trivial things. They are things that come with youthfulness. You get to a stage where you want to explore. Piercing, it's something that is, trending lately. Same thing as tattoo and all of those stuff. These are stuff that comes with, youthful exuberance. But then the reality is, if you want to be a bank CEO, if you want to be a governor, a president, you want to be all of those public figures, there's a limit to what you can afford to do to yourself. So it's about choice. Where do you want to go? If you're an artist, if you're a musician, if you're an entertainer, to be specific, of course you could do all of that because that's what the crowd wants. But then if you want to go into offices where highest morals are being demanded, society frowns at seeing their president have a tattoo, or see the MD of a bank, have a tattoo, certain hair, multicolor hairdo, and all of those stuff. So it's a function of what you want, So for me, I think that's really what matters. What does that person want? For me as a parent, that's a question I'll ask the child as well. What do you want? If you're not going the route of public stuff, that of course society will demand some certain level of morals from you, and of course it's your body, it's your choice, and that's what it is.
Next question.
All right.
It says that that do you guys have favorite children?
I've been very lucky, not to really have the need to pick a favorite. Although it's not something I want to do, it's not something I wish to do. I see all children as equals. But then also it's very important for every family to have leadership. In our own family, we're very fortunate to have a kind of a gap between the first and the second child, which gives a lot of room for her to prepare and take leadership. So among the children, there's a need to have a leader, somebody that they will all rally around, because by the time we are gone as parents, there must be somebody that can steer the ship of leadership. So in our case, I see Simi playing that role, but that does not in any way make her my favorite. I just, want to work with her to ensure that she takes that leadership position, ensure she treats her sisters fairly, and just, become that leader that we all expect her to be.
Okay. Our next question is, this one is, I think it's a boy that sent this one. I said girls. But anyway, let me say it. It says that why do parents feel violence and hard love is the best way to raise a male child?
Well, I'm also very fortunate. I don't have a male child. A lot of people say it's not the right thing to say, but then a male child is much more difficult to bring up, to be honest. And because they want to compete with the man figure in the house, they want to be the man, and of course, so it's always very difficult to raise a male child. I could see the frustration my father had to go through raising me as a boy. And then of course, male child, they are not that compassionate. They are very confrontational in their way of doing things. Except you're fortunate to have a calm, male child. So sometimes, as Africans, we might be tempted to use force to whip them to line, and most parents believe that you spare the rod, you spoil the child.
Okay, next question. Another question says that what will you do if your daughter got pregnant at a young age and she's not done with college or university, and the guy that got her pregnant isn't even working or is a drug dealer? What will you do?
Yeah, it depends. Okay, what's the age? At what age are we looking at?
Okay, they didn't put age there, but then she's in college, so
Okay,
probably
college,
18.
we're looking at 18. Well, I'm a fan of early delivery. I got my first daughter at 26, and right now she's 20, 22. I'm 48, and it's awesome seeing her take position of responsibility. So imagine if I had my first child at 18, probably, Simi will be 30, and that's a whole lot. And so I think there's a myth that I came across, or a saying more or less that I came across recently, that when you have the energy, you don't have the money. Okay, when you have money, you no longer have the energy. Okay, like right now I'm almost 50. I still have to work to raise my children, support my family. Imagine if I'd started much more earlier. Maybe I got married at 20. By now, and I had same 3 kids in 5 years. I think it's about 6 years span.
Yeah.
Okay, so by the time I'm 26, I would have stopped, child delivery, and that means my last daughter would probably be out of, university already, and I wouldn't need to stress myself. I only need to take care of myself and probably my wife. So I'm a fan of that. So if she gets pregnant, let's have the baby, and then of course she can always go back to school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, another one says that if your daughter was to get married and everyone in the family should approve it except you, what will you do at the wedding?
Well, for me, I just want the children to have that liberty. My role as a parent is to advise, and of course, illustrate my perspective on critical issues, because of course we currently have an engagement about them getting married or not. 3 of them, one of them is saying she doesn't even want to get married. It's her choice, and I have to respect that. And then for those that wants to get married, of course, as a father, I would always wish I can guide their decision making process. And then because marriage is a lifetime thing, you get it wrong, you get messed up, but then I wouldn't dictate to them, this is who you need to marry. I'm not going to do that. But of course, whoever they choose, I just probably all I can do is to wish them the best. And also, once you get tired, you can always get out. You don't need to get stuck in it. If it's not working, if it's not happening the way you want it, then you get out.
Another question says that would you allow your daughter marry from any tribe, not only in Nigeria? It could be Pakistan or India, basically any other tribe except from Yoruba.
I'm a liberal person, just like I've always said. I don't care where they get married from. a man is a man. For me, even the farther, the better, the merrier. There's this intercultural mix, which for me, I think it strengthens the family better and gives more opportunity to the children. Imagine if they get married to somebody from Indonesia. That means we have in-laws in Indonesia. That means we could do business in Indonesia. We could lay claims to Indonesia. So for me, I'm open to whatever comes their way and wherever they find love and happiness.
Okay. And that one says that that if you saw that your daughter was dating one of your friends, what would you do?
Well, that's a deal breaker though, because it's not something I would do. But then if that happens, of course, most of my friends are married. I know the relationship is going nowhere. But then, of course, what is very critical is sometimes relationship, you need to look very deeply to see the values, that comes from relationship. If a friend of mine is dating my daughter and is giving her value in the sense of proper advice, is helping her get a job, is helping her life get better, I might not really be that bothered, and that's just the way I see it. But then morally, I don't think it's right. But then if it ever happens, I'd rather deal with my friend than even my daughter, because I expect that he should be more, matured and more responsible.
And what says that? Will you accept your daughter being a stripper?
Well, that's a tough one, and like I've said earlier, it's choice. At the end of the day, it's choice. It's choice about what you want to do. Okay, these days, stripping is a profession, and some strippers even make more money, than doctors and what have you. And then being a stripper also does not necessarily mean you're a prostitute. There are some strippers that does just strictly business. They look at it from a business point of view, and then of course it's a livelihood, it's a means for survival. But for my children, I don't think they have cause to look at that route because they have several options. But then if life pushes you to a level where that could possibly be the only option for survival, that is displaying your body to make income. Different folks, different strokes for different folks. Just like somebody saying recently that may Nigeria not happen to you. Sometimes people get to a threshold where the only option they have are the odds, and when that's the only option you have, sometimes we just have the only choice of taking it. Yeah.
Another question is, what will you do if any of your child is gay?
That's another tough one. Going by society and all of that. We are in the U.S. currently. We are in an environment where bisexualism, is being encouraged, and there's no cultural, antagonism towards it. So this is a culture. This is an environment. And of course, I need to respect that. I need to expect a child's sexual orientation. That's what a child wants, and so I can only engage. I can only engage such a child and find out why she's taking that position. Try to know how she's feeling, what her position is. For me, it's about engagement. They've gotten they are getting more matured. They are getting more independent. So it has to be engagement. Force at this stage is not going to give any serious result. So I just have to engage and then see why such a child has taken that position, bearing in mind that our mother is a religious person and the father is also straight and married. So I would need to know what informs that kind of sexual orientation. Basically, I would engage.
Another one says that, what will you think of a child if they don't turn out to be what you expect them to turn out to be?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, literally. You need to respect choice. Like, for instance, it is my wish that my children, take up my business, just like I've done with my father. Our family business is in the second generation already. But then it's about choice, I don't want to even open up that conversation with them as of now. I want to do my bits and then maybe grow the business to a level where it becomes probably attractive to them to want to get involved in. But for now, it's their call. It's about what they want, who they want to be, and how they want to explore life. So the choice is theirs, and the opportunities, the possibilities are open for them to take. And at the right and appropriate time, I think they will all take that decision.
About to have kids before marriage?
Well, I'm a fan, of early marriage, but then if early marriage is not coming, I'm also open to having the kids early. Okay, especially for ladies, it's always better if you get the kids early. These days, menopause is very close by. People get to menopause at 40, in their late 30s. So the earlier you get the kids, the better. So having your children outside the wedlock, I don't have a problem with that. To be honest, I really don't have a problem with that. Because sometimes it might take you even a lifetime to find the appropriate partner. But then get the children, get the kids, for crying out loud. So, and as early as you possibly can. Okay, so that's my position regarding that.
Okay. Another question says that, I think this is the last question. This one says that, when is the right time for a child to start having sex?
Sex is a function of, it's an individual thing, okay? And then it's also a function of the environment, okay? If you're unfortunate as a child to be born into a family where nobody really cares, you're left out loosely, especially for a girl child. If you put, if you put 10 girl child, at the age of 20, if you select, girl child between, at the age of 20, if you select 10 of them, hardly will you find 2 that has not been raped, 2 or 3 that has not been raped. Looking at Africa, where there's no real protection for a girl child at a young age, most of the girl child are molested. They are either by family members, by associates, by So it's really very difficult for a girl child to get by, especially in Africa. So for me, I think that is relative, and the time you start having sex really doesn't, in my own opinion, really doesn't determine anything. It doesn't determine whether you're going to be successful or unsuccessful. So sex for me, I think it's overrated. It's overrated. It's just blown out of proportion, and there's no. It's a personal decision. It's what you want. It's what you think is good for you. So I wouldn't want to nail an age to that, but once a child is 15, 15 upwards, I think that's relatively fair enough. Basically, 15, 18, I think that's fair enough.
Okay. Thank you for answering all our questions.
You're welcome.
And we see your face more often.
All right. I just hope I've been able to, attend to those questions the best way I possibly can. So looking forward to you having me next time. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Bye.
We'll catch you up in our next video. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And my daddy's name.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
All right.
Peace out.
Peace.
All I is, and nothing feels better.